Fuck this basement lighting, dog. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Think we got some rocking now. Woo! Gotta get my tea. Hey, guys. Hey. Tea is everything. Tea is what made me me. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you feel a little down, you feel a little tired. This is my sidekick right here. Let me get up to the mic so you can hear me. This is my sidekick. If you don't drink tea, you're missing out on life. I'm just telling you right now, tea is the whole key. Let me just bust some rhymes out right now like I'm Shia LaBeouf, dog. Oh, was that not crazy when he did that? Hey, I need to just start putting, at the end of all of my videos, I need to just put /life lessons. Because that's all I do, man. Life lessons, and then I do a little bit of motocross gameplay. My channel is going to turn into life lessons, boys. I slept for 12 hours last night and kind of got that little bit of a head fog, so I'm covered. I got it. Tea can make you jittery, though, if you don't eat with it, so you got to be careful, but it's pretty good, man. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Hopefully this lighting is not totally botched, but let's get in here to the testing Thursday night motocross. Clear conditions. Yes, sir. And we should be good here. So, yeah, man, just wanted to hop on here and do a little bit of MX Bikes track review. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be basing how good the track is off of other MX Bikes tracks. So, for instance, I'm not going to look at a track and then go, oh, that's not as good as the best MX Simulator track or anything like that, because this game is still in beta stage. So, you can't really do that. I mean, I feel like it's a bit unfair because even the track makers and the content that you can actually make in the game is evolving over time, and it's just going to get better and better. So I'm just going to compare it to the tracks that are already out there and kind of how much I like it. And I'm pretty sure that this track right here is actually a replica, and those are always pretty difficult to actually review. I'm about to burp right now. Oh my god, bro. But that's what happens when you drink during a video, but it's all good. Let me just get hung up on this fence right quick. What is going on? Okay. So this is supposed to be a replica track, so those are always a little bit more difficult to actually rate, because how am I supposed to, rate a replica track when I haven't even rode on the real live track, so I don't really know how accurate it is. And I mean, for me, whenever I do the replica track stuff and I try to figure out how good it is, I really just base it off of how fun is the track, how good does everything look overall, because you can't really start going in there and trying to be picky on how unique everything is because it's a replica track. It's not meant to be this crazy like space track or is some kind of crazy vibe track, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of more difficult to actually review something like that. Thank God that was not collidable, but yeah, I rode about 3 or 4 laps on it just to kind of see what was going on, and it's definitely got that local track vibe to it, so that's pretty fun if you're not really good at the game yet and you just want to kind of hop on something a little more mellow. And it does have a little bit of realistic roughness here and there, definitely not AMA style or anything. Let's see if I can hit this humongous jump right here. This is probably the biggest jump on the whole track. Okay, yeah, you got to jump it all the way to that table, and then you got that little jump after it. But as far as all the other jumps, they're pretty simple. There's another one kind of like that one right there where you kind of got to you jump on top of another tabletop. So got a couple of unique bigger jumps. Whenever I first seen the track, I was kind of thinking it would just be really, really basic, like nothing big to hit at all. And I'm sure somebody that's like a pro at this game probably thinks it's very basic, but it's just like comparing it to the James Stewart compound and kind of some of those other tracks. It's not like just way easy of a track. I mean, there's still some decent sized jumps and stuff, but it's still that local track feel. So you guys can see the roughness right here, but got a really small finish line jump, so you got to let off just a little bit for that. And this is that big jump that I totally died on. So what you do right here is you jump. Like, you can jump like this, or you can jump to right here, or I suppose you could even jump all the way to the end of the tabletop if you had enough speed. Not really sure if that's actually possible. Let me try to do that real quick. Oh, rut. Betsy, my gosh. Doing this live is a lot more difficult, let me tell you. There's some crashes, man. Because, see, in this game, you actually have to shift down into first gear, whereas like MX Simulator, you just basically you start going. There's no like sort of clutch system. It's definitely a little more extreme realism on this game when it comes to that. So every time I shift down in first gear, I'm like wide open, spinning everywhere, and that's why I have those crashes where it's like right off the bat I just fall down. So okay, let's see what we can do. Oh yeah. I think you can jump it all the way. Definitely a little sketchy, but I think you could if you really hit that corner with a lot of momentum. So that's pretty cool. The off track it's decent. I was kind of basing it off of the James Stewart's compound, and the James Stewart compound, even though it's amazing on this track and it's just unreal, just awesome compared to some other tracks, it still doesn't hold a light to the James Stewart compound on MX Simulator. So the way these tracks are built on MX bikes are just a little bit different at this point, like I'm saying. So you got to bear with me a little bit on the way I'm actually rating these tracks, because they're just a little different in the way everything looks and feels. And this game actually has a good terrain deformation system, so you can't be too picky about the ruts. So there's a lot of different things that are kind of going into how I'm rating these tracks. But just looking off of the track, everything looks decent. Nothing takes me out of the realism feel of the track. Nothing makes me think, oh no, this track feels fake, or oh my gosh, like everything looks good enough to hold that realism value, but it's nothing that is making me go, oh wow, or anything like that. It's pretty good. That's what I would call it. Not amazing, just pretty good. And I mean, it's a local track. It's not meant to blow my mind or anything, so it's very difficult to rate a track like this. But I would say overall, for the time zone era that MX Bikes is in right now and all that good stuff, and being it's a replica track, supposed to be a local vibe feel, man, I'd probably give it like a between an 8 and a 9. I'll probably go ahead and just give it an 8, but it's up there, dude. I mean, it's pretty solid for a MX Bikes tracks. And when you think about just how fun it is, it's got 2 pretty big jumps on it, and the rest of the jumps, I mean, you got to be on the throttle. You can't just be goofing off, barely turning it, just not doing much. I mean, it's you got to be on it, bro. No joke. I mean, I know I'm not some professional, but you got to be hossing. Like right here, I'm third gear from the corner to the jump to hit that. So, and I'm on the fastest 450 in the game, if I'm not mistaken. It's kind of weird with this game. They've got, like, whenever somebody makes a bike model in this game, they can actually make it have different horsepower and different, all that kind of stuff. Whereas MX Simulator, like JLV goes in there and makes all the different horsepowers for like the 2016 KX or the 2013 RMZ or whatever. JLV goes in there and adjusts that, so you can't really, like, everybody's on an even playing field. But like whenever I looked at this game, the different bike models that just random people have made has different horsepowers and different weights and all that kind of stuff. So I was actually somewhat confused by that, because I just randomly downloaded this on the, whatever it's called, the MX Bikes Central, I'm pretty sure, kind of like Reflex Central, and I was just looking for a Yamaha skin, and I hopped on there and downloaded this bike right here, the model, and it just like came with the skin and everything, and I couldn't even get on a server to race, because apparently this Yamaha bike model and whatnot is like a lot faster than the actual stock KTM 450 bike in this game, which is really bizarre. I didn't think it would be like that, but apparently it is. So I don't know, just that's something to keep in mind if you just started playing this game or something. Like, all those different little bike models that you download on those different websites and stuff, and you might just think, oh, it's just a different, model. It just looks like a Yamaha, or it just looks like a Honda or something like that, and it's got the same speed as the normal KTM in this game. That's not the case. There's actual totally different weights, and I don't know if they just allow anybody to go in there and adjust all that stuff, just the people that go in there and make these different models. I have no idea how that works, but apparently that's the way it is. So, but yeah, man, I'm going to give this track an 8 overall. I'm going to say the difficulty is, taking into account that I've not played this game very much, I'm sure it's probably real close to that easy difficulty. Being that there's those 2 decent-sized jumps, I mean, you could say it's medium, but really, like, let's be honest right now, pretty sure it's probably just easy difficulty. I don't think you're going to have much trouble on this track. It's just chill corners, chill jumps. As you can see, chill, dude. But no, it's fun track, though, for sure. You definitely get that real feel like you're just on some kind of local track. So got some nice off-track objects. Nothing's too crazy, wild, but I think it just fits what he was supposed to be trying to do on the track and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure if I'd actually rode on this track in real life, it would have gave me more of a sense of realism that kind of way too. But like that jump right there, that's pretty fun, man. Oh yeah, let me do a little front flip. But yeah, man, so anyways, thanks for watching the video. Later, dudes.